INFJs, often called the rarest of all Myers-Briggs types, make up less than 2% of the population. They're known for their empathy, intuition, and profound insight into the emotions of others. But beneath their calm and composed exterior lies a hidden truth. Most INFJs wear a mask to navigate everyday social life. This mask isn't for manipulation or pretense, it's for protection. In a fast-paced world that values extroversion, small talk, and surface-level interaction, INFJs quietly adapt, often at the cost of their own authenticity. From an early age, INFJs pick up on what others miss. They notice the tone behind someone's words, the tension in a room, the sadness behind a smile. But when they try to voice their perceptions, they're often told they're imagining things or being too sensitive. Over time, they realize that sharing their inner world makes them stand out, and not always in a good way. So they start to play a role. They become who others need them to be, not because they want to lie, but because being fully seen often means being misunderstood, criticized, or rejected. The mask becomes their way of fitting in, surviving, and maintaining peace in an overstimulating world. This mask is closely tied to the INFJ's cognitive makeup. Their dominant function, introverted intuition, processes the world internally through symbols, patterns, and future possibilities. They live in a rich inner world that few can see. Meanwhile, their auxiliary function, extroverted feeling, pushes them to adapt to the emotional needs of those around them. They instinctively adjust their behavior to avoid conflict and create harmony. But this desire to be socially acceptable comes at a cost. The INFJ often buries their real thoughts, real preferences, and real feelings in favor of being pleasant or easygoing. On the outside, they may appear calm, even cheerful, but inside they might feel exhausted and disoriented from the constant performance. You might think an INFJ is confident, social, or even extroverted. They may smile, listen patiently, and offer comforting words. They might go to events, ask how you're doing, and make you feel completely seen. But what you don't see is that they may be mentally rehearsing responses, constantly checking themselves to make sure they're saying the right thing, and suppressing their own needs just to keep the peace. They might laugh along when they're actually uncomfortable, agree to something they don't believe in, or stay quiet to avoid drawing attention. Their public self is often a carefully curated version of who they are, a version that keeps them safe but also deeply hidden. The mask serves a real function. It helps INFJs survive social gatherings, workplace politics, or emotionally chaotic situations without becoming overwhelmed. It allows them to maintain control and avoid confrontation. But over time, this constant self-monitoring wears them down. They begin to feel as if no one truly knows them. Not their coworkers, not even their friends. They feel like spectators in their own lives, performers in a play written by other people. The pain doesn't come from solitude, but from the fear that even when they're surrounded by people, they're still alone inside. There are rare, precious moments when the INFJ takes the mask off. Usually this happens in deep, one-on-one conversations with someone they fully trust. In these moments, they reveal parts of themselves that are usually hidden, their fears, dreams, passions, and unconventional thoughts. These are the times when they feel most alive, most real. But if that vulnerability is met with apathy, judgment, or confusion, the mask goes back on, thicker than before. Because for the INFJ, openness is not something given lightly, it's a sacred act, a leap of trust that can either heal or harm. INFJs don't have to live behind a mask forever. As they grow older and more self-aware, many begin to see the mask for what it is, a survival strategy that no longer serves them. They start setting boundaries, speaking more authentically, and accepting that not everyone will understand them, and that's okay. Instead of shape-shifting to fit every situation, they begin choosing people and environments that match their inner truth. The mask becomes something they can take off, not something they're trapped behind. True healing comes when they realize that being authentic, even if it's misunderstood, is more fulfilling than always being accepted. So, if you're an INFJ, remember, you're not alone in feeling like you're hiding behind a carefully crafted image. The world may not always understand your depth, but that doesn't mean it's wrong to show it. Little by little, as you create safe spaces and find kindred souls, the mask can come off. And when it does, your true light, the one you've kept hidden for so long, can finally be seen. Not by everyone, but by those who truly matter.